All right, today, for those of you who have caught up, I'd like you to take what we've learned in class today and apply it to a picture called Summit. So why don't we do that? We're going to go to the internet, Monte Vista, Teacher Pages, Jameson, Tech2 GIMP, and here it is. There may or may not be directions when you get to this, but here's the Summit picture. Now, I figured out an easier way to put things onto GIMP. So just open the Summit picture. Okay, it's going to open right there. Open GIMP. And what you can do is just right-click on the picture, and you can do this on any internet picture because this is on the internet, and then copy and go to GIMP, right-click, and edit, paste, and voila. There you go. It's already in GIMP. Notice that my layers window is open. That's important. My GIMP toolbox is right here. And what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to put a something, person, monster, creature, not a cartoon character, something that actually looks like it could be there, okay? Not an animated thing, okay? An actual photograph of something real or imagined. I'm going to choose Godzilla. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and I'm going to type in Godzilla. And find a website that hopefully has pictures. I've already looked, so I actually know that this one has it. Here's Godzilla Gallery. And just try to find the right picture. That's not the one I was looking for. I want to go to the first Godzilla. That's not a good one. Okay, I finally found him. All right, so make sure that the image that you're going to choose is not a thumbnail. Notice that the little hand right here, okay? That hand right there tells you, oops, hold on, wrong one, that it's a thumbnail. So click on it to make sure you get the big picture. And then again, right-click, copy, go back to GIMP, right-click, and paste. And notice I have a floating selection here. You can't do anything to it. If you're finding you can't do anything to it, that's because it's still floating. You need to go down here to the Create New Layer and just click on it. Okay, now it's a layer. Now, at this point, what I'd like you to do is either you can use the Scissor Select tool, okay, and you've all learned how to use that, and this picture really lends itself well to that. Okay, I'm going to show you another one though. That's a little quicker and faster. It's the magic wand. The magic wand you'll learn about tomorrow or next time, but it selects a color. So you've got this threshold here, and you can increase the threshold. The larger you increase it, the more color it selects. So let's see, magic wand. Am I on the float? Oh, I'm still on the floating layer. Okay, see, nothing happened. Click on it, and notice it selects almost everything. So I need to move the threshold down to about 25. Here, click on it. Then notice it's selected most everything around Godzilla. So now all I have to do is hit delete. And notice there are these little bits and pieces around here. Well, I want to get rid of those. So what I'll do is I have to deselect. So I select none and use see the little bits and pieces? I'll use the eraser tool. Now notice the eraser tool is really teeny weeny here. Well, you go down to here where it says scale. Notice it says eraser, so everything about erasers right here. You go scale, and you scale it up to as big as you want it, and you can also change the size of it here. So I got this giant eraser. So it's very easy to use. I just have to be careful not to touch Godzilla, because if I do, I can cut pieces of him off, and I don't want to do that. Control Z. So just clean up the area around him as much as you can. You can also make the scale tool a little smaller so that it can get into, oops, too small, get into the nooks and crannies so that you can kind of clean around the other areas. Okay, good enough. And once you've done that, make sure you're on the right layer. Resize it. Where's the resize? Resize is right there. Scale tool. Click. Okay, notice that it's not, the chain is not linked, so I'm going to link that so that it scales correctly. Okay, I'm going to resize him. Click on scale. Go to the Move tool and put him on the mountain as though he belongs there. Okay. And when you're done, File, Save As. Make sure you go to the student data drive. Oops, wrong student data drive. I'll go to this one here. Jameson folder, period folder, your folder. And you're going to call it Summit dash your period dash your name. First and last name, please. Save it as a JPEG. If you don't finish before the end of class, save it as an XCF file. Okay? And click on Save, and everything will be cool. Export, save. It's a three-step process when you do JPEGs. And there you go. So that's what you're doing today. And when you're done, practice on something else. Don't just sit there and say, I'm done, what am I supposed to do? Use the skills that you've learned to try to create something special and unique. Okay? This is not a I'm done, now what class. This is a now what can I do with what I've learned class. And that's it.